First, giving our praises and honor to our Father, Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai. All praises due. Shalom to my Rod of Iron and Israelite family. It's Mahir Malachi coming to you with the Aqua channel, Daughters with Daggers, where we continuously seek edification from the truth of the scriptures. I'm coming back with you guys in part 2 of First Fruits. We ran out of a little time, so I want to get back with you so we can finish up our lesson today, okay? So we were talking about, what a true Israelite woman is, and we left off where we were speaking about one of our sisters, someone that we consider to be our sister, and the malicious things that they've done to cause themselves to get purged out of our family and to get purged out of our body. So I want to get back with you guys and talk to you more about, let me see where we left off at, my family. So a true Israelite woman works hard and takes care of her family and her home. So let's go to Proverbs 31, verses 13 through 15. Proverbs 31, verses 13 through 15. And it reads, She seeketh wool and flax, and worketh willingly with her hands. She is like the merchant's ships. She bringeth her food from afar. She riseth also while it is yet night, and giveth meat to her household and a portion to her maidens. Okay. So a true Israelite, she takes care of home. As you hear, also she takes care of her sister wives as well. So she makes sure that she contributes to the household. She makes sure that everybody is having what they need, food, clothes. She's there, she's contributing to the household. So that's one of our parts of being a true Israelite women, is that we take care of our whole household, okay? And that's even pouring into our maidens, our handmaids. A true Israelite woman is faithful to support other Israelite women, sisters, and aquas. So let's go to Ruth chapter 1, verse 16 through 17. So we're in Ruth chapter 1, verses 16 through 17. And it reads, And Ruth said, Entreat me not to leave thee, or to return from following after thee. For whither thou goest, I will go, and where thou lodgest, I will lodge. Thy people shall be my people, and my power, my power. And thy power, Salakia, thy power, my power. Where thou diest, will I die, and there will I be buried. The Lord do so to me, and more also, if aught be death part thee and me. Okay. I always tell my sisters that I can't wait till we get to our kingdom, because wherever they're going, I'm going. Okay. Wherever we're walking together. Okay. I will be with my sisters for eternity. Okay. I always share, I'm going to be that Ruth. I'm going to follow y'all wherever y'all going. So Ruth was a true Israelite woman who was born into the land of Moab. So she was unlearned of the Israelite customs, because by her being born in Moab, she learned more of the Moabite customs. However, that soon stopped, and she soon took her rightful place as an Israelite princess. Okay. She is a great model of being a godly Israelite woman. She was loyal to the Most High and to her family. She submitted to others and acknowledged the Most High's provision for her. Ruth is a shining example of how an Israelite woman can trust the Most High in all things, okay? She's also a great example of being a sister, okay? When she was like, you know what, wherever you're going, I'm going. No, I'm not going to stay behind. No, I'm not going to just let you go by yourself. Wherever you go, I will be there with you. I'm going right with you. That's a sister. I'm sticking to you. Okay. So also a true Israelite woman has faith in our Father, Yahweh Bashem Mashiach Yahweh Shai. So let's go to Matthew chapter 9, verse 20 through 22. Okay. So that's Matthew chapter 9, verse 20, 22. And behold, a woman which was diseased with an issue of blood 12 years came behind him and touched the hem of his garment. For she said within herself, if I may touch this garment, I shall be whole. But Yahushua turned him about, and when he saw her, he said, Daughter, be of good comfort. Thy faith has made thee whole. And the woman was made whole from the hour. Now, we spoke about this before, and the significance of this is, whenever women had the issue of blood, they weren't supposed to be, no one could touch them. They couldn't be around anybody. And she's had it for 12 years. That means she was bleeding nonstop for 12 years. So she stepped out she had extreme faith, because in this time, if you were to touch someone or be around someone and knowing that you were unclean, you could die. They could kill you because you're considered to be unclean. However, because of her faith, and her faith made her touch the hem of his garment, and he felt that power removed from him when she did that. And he's like, wait a minute, who? And he already knew just the faith of knowing that and trusting the fact that if I touch him, I'm going to be healed. Because it could have backfired. Could have been that she was going to be bleeding for the remainder of her life, or she would have been killed. But her faith otherwise made her know and feel that if I do this, I'm going to be healed. And so our Father healed her. A true Israelite woman remains dedicated to the Most High. So let's go to Luke chapter 2, verse 36 through 37. So Luke chapter 2, verse 36 through 37. And it reads, And there was one, Anna, a prophetess, the daughter of Phanuel, the tribe of Asher. She was of a great age and had lived with an husband 7 years from her virginity. And she was a widow of about 84 years, which departed not from the temple, but served power with fastings and prayers night and day. Okay, so this is the story about Anna and Simeon. So Anna and Simeon are blessed. Anna and Simeon blessed Yahushua and his human family, Joseph and Mary, and at the temple where he was born. Even though Anna was a widow, she devoted her attention and her energies to things of the Most High. Because of this, she was able to recognize Yahushua when he came. Okay. Because of her being dedicated to him. Even through when she became a widow, she still was dedicated to him, and that's how she was able to acknowledge who he was. A true Israelite woman relies on the Most High, even through hard times, even when we're going through hard times. Even when, we're facing challenges, tribulations, losses. The Most High is there to lean upon, and also there for us to seek, to help us as we grieve or as we go through those moments of trials. So let's go to John chapter 11, verse 21 through 22. John chapter 11, verse 21 through 22. And it reads, Then said Martha unto Yahushua, Lord, if thou hadst been here, my brother had not died. But I know that even now, whatsoever thou wouldst ask of power will give it to thee. So just sharing a little bit, this is about Lazarus. And when Lazarus died, his sister sought Yahushua for healing. So Yahushua would later, in reading this, and once, if you get an opportunity, I would say read it and study it. you will see that normally it would take about 3 days for these things to take place. However, Yahweh Shai waited until the fourth day, which made sure that Lazarus was truly dead. As KD would say, that he was smelling, he was funky dead, meaning that he was starting to decompose and all that stuff by this time. So he waited to that moment before he came and actually raised him up. So later he raised him up from the dead. They first had to completely trust that he was the son of power and able to do more than they could imagine. Okay. So when they saw that, he raised him where he was rotten already from the dead. So in closing, sisters, I know we went over some things, and there's a lot more to this. Being a true Israelite woman, you're a woman of faith. That means you believe wholeheartedly in this truth. You believe in what our Father says. And then you believe in, of course, it comes with fear. Fearing that the Most High, being afraid to go against what he says, being afraid to do what his word says for us to do. When you have that fear, you're going to do what he says. You're going to become wiser. That's where wisdom comes into play. Wisdom comes into play when you're doing exactly what he says for you to do, and that's when you receive that. When you go against him, then we know there's some dire repercussions for that. However, when you fear him, it's like any parent. You know, when you fear your mom or your dad, you fear that you need to follow the guidelines and rules that they've given you. This is our Father. He's our blood Father. So we need to follow the rules and things that he has set for us and be afraid of not to. You know, one of my sisters posted something on Facebook, and it was so true. Let me share that with you real quick because I was like, man, that's crazy. That is right. And it was funny because people always say, people be like, only God can judge me. I'd be like, that should scare you. Okay? You should be scared. I'd rather some human being judge me than my Father. Right? So when I read that, I'm like, okay, that is so true. And we say those things so that, like, okay, obviously, where's your fear? Because I'm going to be fearful and scared to have my Father judge me. Because that means you're doing something you're outside of what he said for you to do in the first place, right? A true Israelite woman guides and teaches the younger Israelite women. We model the behaviors that we wish for them to emulate. As mothers, as sisters in this truth, we can get on our children when we're doing the things that we're telling them not to do. You know, I used to often hear about, ooh, she's fast. You know, little girls, but can't call them fast because guess what? Mama was fast too. Mama's showing them they're emulating, they're following what they see. So if we're wanting to do better and we want our children to be better, then we need to change our attitude and change the things that we're doing because of they're watching us, and those are the behaviors they're going to learn. They're going to learn exactly what you do, okay, and exactly what we do. So we need to emulate. We need to make sure we teach them what we want to emulate, and that is being a true Israelite princess. That means following our Father's word. That means abiding and being obedient to our husbands if we have our husbands yet. If we don't have our husbands, that means being obedient to our Father's word until that time he sends our husband, your husband, to you. A true Israelite woman, now at least we submit to our husbands. Now we submit to our men of the Lord, okay? I stress that. You submit to a man of the Lord. It has to be someone that's in this truth that is submitting to Hamashiach, okay? That's submitting to Yahweh Bashem Hamashiach Yahweh Shai, okay? Because that's who's leading and that's his head. So he can't be our head and lead us if he's not in this truth and he's not being led by our Father. Okay? We need to make sure that we maintain a certain character. We need to protect and support our home. being a hard worker, meaning that, I'm still working on the process of cleaning my house. Oh my goodness. Since we got back from the Casas, I left it, because we just knew that we weren't coming back. So still trying to get that part together. However, our home is our sanctuary, right? So we want to make sure that we keep those things clean. We want to make sure that we're there to support our family in all things, support our husband, but not biting on them all the time, by encouraging them, loving up on them, building them up. They need it. They might not say it, but they need that build up. They get torn down. There are some that cry in silence. But knowing that being his wife, your duties is to have him live in peace, because of the world right now that we're living in is not giving him that. So we have to be that peace for them. So your inner beauty remains. You know your self-worth. You know who you are through our Father. You know that you are a princess. You know that you're a joint heir to the kingdom. You know that when you see this world, how they act, okay? They tear us down. They say, oh, they're not cute. Oh, look at their lips. Oh, look at their butts. Look at all these things. But hell, you look at them, guess what they doing? They buying their stuff left and right and looking like blow-up dolls, right? They can't do this. They can't do this. They can't have this. That's in here. They want it. They try to buy it, but they can't, because it comes from our Father, because we're chosen. Okay. She's not there to tear down her household. She's not there to tear down her sister. Okay. A true sister do not tear down another sister. A true sister is there to build, love, encourage, learn with, edify with, cook with, cry with, laugh with. Okay, we get into the kingdom, we're going to be giving birth together. Okay, we're not there to do those things. We're not there to backbite on each other. We're not there to discourage each other. Now, we are there to correct each other in love through the word. That's love. Okay. However, we're not there to judge. Okay. And we have faith. True Israelite women have faith. We have faith in knowing that we're going to get out of this captivity. We have faith in knowing that we are, like I said, can constantly say, we're the first fruits. We have faith in knowing that our Father loves us. We're his daughters. We have faith in our men of the Lord, our true men of the Lord. We have faith in them to know that they're going to lead and guide us the way that the way that Hamashiach is leading them. Okay? Being a first fruit doesn't mean that your head is big. Being a first fruit doesn't mean you turn your nose up. It's not a clique. When you think of cliques as a way that we push others out, it's not that. Being a first fruit is meaning that we are setting an example of how we're supposed to be as true Israelite princesses. And that's with love. That's loving each other. That's loving each other unconditionally. That is learning with each other. That is respecting each other. That is that if you have an ought against your sister, you go to that sister. You don't go to everybody else. You go to that sister. Okay? That means we're being what it is that we're teaching these young women to be. Okay? We're wanting them to strive to be. Okay? That's a very important job. We have an important task. That's of the utmost important thing of being a first fruit. And that's edifying the body of our sisters and learning together. I commend my sister, Yahweh Saliyah, all my sisters on the Discord. We have a young sister, Amaya Hazah. She's 16 years old and have so much wisdom in her body. that even she ministered. I'm not going to say minister, sorry, that's Christianity. But even she speaks to me, you know, she edifies me. So it doesn't even matter where you at in this. We all learn from each other. Age doesn't matter anything. It's what you know, and it's truth in your word. So I want to tell you, sisters, I love you guys with my whole heart. I'm so happy to be back with you guys. I can't wait for us to get back together and together soon, hopefully. If we're not out of this place together, it's a beautiful thing. A sister, to have a sister that genuinely love you and is in this truth and it genuinely is real. Okay. So I pray that you all take in this word, meditate on it, study it, and as we work on transcending and transitioning out of this captivity. So I love you. Have a great night. Shalom till we see each other again. Shalom, my love.